Historically, people believe that to equate a dog's age in years to a person's age in years, multiply the dog's age by 7. Recently, scientists have developed a better formula, namely that y, which is the person's age, is 31 plus 16 times the natural log of x, 16 times the natural log of the dog's age. You want to find the equivalent age for a person if the dog is 3, and find out what dog's age is equivalent to a person's age of 65. So we have our formula. We have y equals 31 plus 16 natural log x. And it's always a good idea to define your variables. X, dog's age in years, just so you don't forget what it represents. Y, person's age in years. So the question asked us, what would be the person's age if the dog is 3? My dog is 3 as I record this, or just about 3. So let x equal 3. We want to find out what dog's age is. So y then would be 31 plus 16 times natural log 3. The research on this is actually kind of interesting. If you get a chance, I encourage you to look for it online in terms of how the dog's metabolism changes, how the DNA changes over time. This is more equivalent to how humans age. So here we go, 31 plus 16 times natural log of 3. What are we going to get? 31 plus 16 times the natural log of 3 gives me 48.6. So I guess I'm still older than my dog. So y is, what do we say, 48.6. So the equivalent age for a person is about 48.6 years, yes. So if a dog is 3, the equivalent age, the equivalent in people years is 48.6. My dog's not going to be happy about that. Based on 7, it would have just been 21. So from a young adult to middle age, I guess, is how this model has changed. Now, what's the next question that we're looking for here? What is the dog's age equivalent if the person's age is 65? So now we're going to say y is 65. What is the dog's age? Find x. So that's what we're dealing with here. So here's our formula. So y is a person's age, so 65 is going to equal 31 plus 16 times the natural log of x, and we're going to try to solve that. I'm going to rewrite it on the left side. I like the log on the left. 31 plus 16 times the natural log of x equals 65. Let us subtract 31 from both sides. Subtract 31. Subtract 31. And I get 16 times the natural log of x is 34. Then divide both sides by 16. Divide the left side by 16. Divide the right side by 16. And we get natural log x is 34 over 16, which reduces to 2.125. You've got to remember that the base of the natural log is e. So what I really have is I have log base e of x is 2.125, right? So the base is e. E to the 2.125 equals x. E to the 2.125 equals x. And I'll show you that on how to find that on the calculator. E to the is second log. We'll see the e to the x in blue. E to the 2.125 gives me 8.37. Call it 8.4 maybe. And we'll go with 8.37. So 8.37 is X. So if a dog is about 8.37 years old, that is equivalent to a person who is, what was it? I think we said 65 years old. That's what we said, yes, indeed. Sad to say I lost my previous dog when she was about that age, almost exactly. I want to go ahead and solve this on the graphing calculator as well. So this is where we're at currently. We have 31.16 log x equals 65. We've done the algebra and we have 8.37. How are we going to solve that on the graphing calculator? Well, we'll subtract 65 from both sides and look for the zero of the function. So I'll do it this way: 31 plus 16 natural log x minus 65 equals 0. I'm going to let y1 equal that. Make it a little simpler. What is 31 minus 65? I guess that's negative 34. So that'll be negative 34 plus 16 log x equals 0. I want to find out when that equals 0. So I will do it on the graphing calculator, and hopefully I'll get 8.37. So what do we get? We get negative 34 plus 16 log x. And I want to find out when does that equal 0, 16 times the natural log of x. It should be 8.37, so my window needs to at least to go to 8. I guess this is reasonable. I think that's far too much y. I don't need that much y involved. I don't know, maybe negative 10 to 100. Whoops, don't like that. Probably used the wrong negative sign. Yep, I sure did. Here's the negative sign. Negative 10 to 100 by 10. Let's see if that's a decent window. Hit graph. And it crosses there, which we hope is around 8.37. So second calc, 0. Move the cursor a little bit to the left of where it crosses, which is about there. A little bit to the right of where it crosses, which is there. And close to where it crosses, which is there. And it's giving me 8.37. So sure enough, we're able to also solve that on the graphing calculator. All right, so indeed, it checks. The dog is about 8.37 years old. That is equivalent to when a person is 65 years old.